Hi, guess what I found? My tripod. Thought it'd be fun to spend the day together, so let's hang out. I just got up an hour and a half ago. I tried to wash my sliding glass doors, but they're so dirty. There's just no hope for them. But I wanted to take a picture of the bird on my back porch in the fog. It didn't work. I'm gonna work. I replaced my keyboard over the weekend, so working's definitely been a lot more. It's been easier because the old keyboard, the keys stuck. It was horrible. I've been with that for 2 years, and I had this keyboard sitting here. I think I have another one somewhere too. Brand new. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm not very good with technology though, and yes, even a USB port sent me reeling. I remember in high school, I graduated in 92, so this would have been in about 89 or 90. We got a computer class at the high school, and I was like, I'm not taking that. I'm never gonna need computers. Another fun fact. The man who, I'm gonna use the word invented, the Unix language, my oldest married into his family. 6 degrees of separation and all that. What do you do for a living? Sometimes it's hard for me to describe my job. This is my phone holder that I use all day at work. But I do title work for real estate transactions. That's why I have access to all this, like, not just access, but knowledge of how to use public record. And that's really like helped me with being the historical person on our paranormal team and kind of a private detective, honestly. If you've ever, had a bill in your name or owned a house, I can find you, and I will find you. Typically when I'm working, I like to have some noise that's not the TV. I'll bring up some YouTube, and I usually will watch Haunting History or Josh Hurd, or God Save Me, the Side-Eye Guy has a 2-hour live stream from yesterday. Okay, Side-Eye Guy it is. Am I gonna get a copyright strike?
How's it going, everyone? Okay, so the next day after our investigation at Farrar, John and I packed up and continued our trip to the next location. We'll be joined by team member Barry Tidwell.
Rainfall into the overnight hours, even into Wednesday morning, there could be some localized flooding with 1 to 3 inches of rain possible, 55% chance that it's quarter size, and 1 in 3 chances that the hail is ping pong size hail tomorrow. And it's not out of the question, it's low, 15% chance for 2-inch or egg size hail. This cold front triggers storm.
Oh, good boy. Let's crate up, Eastwood. Oh, crate. Good puppy. Good boy. I'll be right back. I have a craving I can't stop thinking about, so I'm gonna go get a Sonic smash burger for lunch. I know what you're thinking, Cassie. You don't need freaking Sonic. Big back. If I don't go get it now, the craving's gonna get worse, and I'm gonna do something even worse. So I guess I'm about to figure out the nutritional value of a Sonic smash burger. I probably should have ordered it with no bun, but I ordered it on the app and the bun wasn't an option, so I'll just have to take the bun off myself. Maybe I'll just eat the bun. Thank you. Large, unsweet iced tea, extra ice. 'Cause that's the only way you drink a Sonic tea. Burger smells good. I feel kind of bad because as I was pulling out of the driveway, Mr. So Sassy pulled into the driveway. I didn't think he was going to be home for lunch today, but he had to change his clothes. And so let's talk about why. He had to put on his real uniform. Because we're trying to open an ice facility here in Leavenworth, and there's a big protest tonight. Tonight, I think, is the deciding vote. if we're going to approve the special use permit for a maximum security prison in our town to be used as an ICE facility. We have 5 commissioners. 1 is against it. A few are on the fence with some caveats, including a committee that will kind of keep them accountable. We can go in, I'm not saying I'm not joining that damn committee. We can verify that they are being humane with the residents, detainees. I think they shortened the length of time. They wanted a 5-year permit and a 5-year contract, and I think the city's like, no. We want to revisit this as often as we can. It is extra work for our police. It is extra work for our one very bad hospital. And I don't mean bad like in bad care. It's just, it's not a very big hospital. This area used to have 3 hospitals, and now we basically have a half of a hospital. Just, there's a lot of pieces and parts, and I appreciate that our commissioners are rationalizing as much as they can, or they're hashing out as much as they can. At the end of the day, it's the federal government, and it's very hard for state and local to combat federal entities. I'm going to a grief support group. Ooh, but what if the weather gets bad? Oh. I guess if the weather's bad, maybe the protest will be over soon. My grief support group's like a block away from this protest. Anyways, I'm gonna go home and eat a cheeseburger. Ooh, that's a hot ass car. I'm eating the bun. Sonic Double All-American Smasher Nutrition Facts. 1 burger, I got the double. 610 calories, 333 calories from fat. Carbs, 32 grams, because I ate the bun. The good news is, I can't finish it all. I'm full. But the smash burger's good. I'm not on like a diet necessarily, but I have lost 25 pounds since January 2nd, just focusing on protein and trying to eat less carbs. It's working. So anyways, what are you having for lunch? Comment below. I'm gonna get back to work.
Always did talk about wearing it someday. How do you feel about that? Well, of course I'm happy. She wants to wear it. I feel very touched. It is a beautiful gown.
Shauna, the mom, in-laws.
You said I was forgiven. That wasn't a carte blanche statement of forgiveness, Mother. You do a new awful thing. You are not forgiven retroactively. That's not fair. That is how life works. I am offering you a piece of me.
You're gonna see something today. I just muted it. I don't know why it's doing it like that. So give me a second here. It is at least removed I've cut the audio. I'm hoping once we cross.
I guess the good news is they're calling for the worst of it to be in northern Illinois, and then overnight through Texas and Oklahoma. That's good for me. That's not good for people who live in northern Illinois or in Texas or Oklahoma. And nighttime tornadoes, they're like the most deadly. Thermostat is showing 76. I'm not turning the air on. It's my friend Catherine. She boils jewelry live on TikTok. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, wear a stud. I feel like these are a good stud to wear. I'm not a stud girl, but in a second, I like a stud. But
Who does the dishes at your house? Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that does the dishes at my house. brain feels so scrambled. Maybe I close my eyes for just a minute. Just a minute. Work is over. Now I'm sitting here waiting on a friend who is swinging by to bring me a donation for my kids' softball team. It's kind of hot out. My house is 81. I don't know what the temperature is out here. It's definitely in the 80s. Oh my gosh, there's a butterfly. Can you hear my dogs? They're pathetic. We're doing a fundraiser for the first time ever for softball. I'm not very good at asking for money. So far it's going great though. I think we have like $300 raised. And we need to raise $400 a player. Let's look at some pretty things. We have a beauty. I'm wondering about those snow shovels though. So they said next week we might have winter weather again. They're trying. There's some more over there. There's a whole bunch out there. And then over here alongside of my garage, there's a bunch of hostas that will come up there. My irises that are over like 150 years old, the bulbs are. My tulips. They'll bloom by Easter. My gorgeous baby, Medusa. Because she is certainly as pretty as any flower. I love my Jeep. Even the breeze is bleh. I don't do heat. I don't like summer. That's why I'm running away to Colorado this weekend. I am not a wimp, but thermostat says it's 81 in here and the dogs are panting, so I turned the AC on for the dogs. Are we so happy Mommy turned the air on? Yes, Mommy. Yes, Mommy. Thank you, Mommy. So at the end of the day, they're the wimps, and I'm repenting for dinner. Eggs and some chicken. Because the protein today is not gonna add up with the carbs. I need to read like 3 more pages. Send good vibes that we don't get a tornado here. Or hail. They were talking like egg-size hail. I just checked the weather for Estes Park this weekend. We have been watching it for weeks. It's gonna snow. And that's fine. I just didn't want snow. I didn't want that. Why does that look like a thundercloud out there? There was nothing on the radar 5 minutes ago. I mean, what if I told you that none of that is showing up on a radar? And the wind quit blowing. The wind quit. The wind has been going all day. Okay. It's a little after 6. I'm off to my group grief therapy. Wow. Oh, just wow. It's 9:38. I need a shower. I just got home from my support group. I guess tonight my city approved a special use permit for Core Civic to open an ICE detention facility here in my town. So lots of caveats still. There's a lot of people not happy about it. I'm not happy about it, honestly. I'm ready to go to bed. The one thing today that I wanted to do that I didn't do is laundry. It's just feels so dystopian to say that though. Okay, well, this is the part where I take my clothes off, and that's on a completely different platform where I film that content, so I'm just kidding. It just seems weird talking about good things when something bad just got me feeling down. All right. There's always tomorrow, I guess, for dreams to come true. I gotta get a shower and go to bed.